Today we're going to go over some ways we can draw a tree. So for our winter painting, we did our background first, and then we need to draw and then paint a tree in the front or in the foreground of our painting. To start off, I wanted to show you guys a picture of a real tree. So the biggest part of the tree is called the tree trunk, and that goes from the ground all the way up to the branches. So on this tree there's the trunk and then the two main branches. Most trees have 2 or 3 main big branches, and then after we get out to the biggest branches, then we have all these tiny branches. So I did want you guys to see that as branches and tree trunks and all of these things get longer, they also get thinner. So the biggest part is going to be at the bottom, and then as we go out, things are going to start to get smaller and smaller. Here's another example. So this tree, again, the trunk, and then it has maybe 3 main branches, and after that you have all of these teensy tiny little branches here. So when we draw a tree, just like we just looked at, we need to think about the main lines that are going to show us where our tree branches are going to go. So we're going to start with the trunk, and then we need to do the biggest branches first. After we do that, we need to make sure that we have the biggest part of the branch at the bottom or towards the tree trunk, and then it gets thinner and thinner as we go out. And then the last step would really be just to add some more smaller branches on top. So let me show you an actual example. So I would start, your tree needs to be pretty big. It needs to be most of the length of your painted paper. So you're going to start at the bottom, and then we need to probably make our tree trunk about this wide, and we're going to come up, maybe to about the middle of your paper. And then we need to do our main branches. So the branches we can have go all the way out to the edge of our paper. So we can go here. This one might kind of look like the letter Y. So there are 2 main branches. And then from here, you guys can notice that the biggest part is, again, towards the tree trunk. And then as I keep going out, it gets thinner and thinner and smaller. Once I have the main branches, this can be where I come kind of out to make just some other branch shapes going. I would take the time to slow down and make sure that these go again from thick to thin. And then really the last part again is to put some smaller lines on here. So I think about coming out and then just going off to the side, kind of like you would make the letter V maybe. So they just keep getting smaller and smaller as you keep going. But the main things I want you to make sure of is that you don't have some like blocky looking trees, like a tree branches don't stop like this. They again keep getting thinner and thinner. And the other main thing I see sometimes with students drawing trees is adding all the branches right on the outside of the trunk. In real life, most trees do not have any little branches on the trunk. The little branches are on the main branches that come out from the trunk.